Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Gundam Battle Cell 2 Basic Guide for Dragon Gundam. If you haven't seen part 1, please do so. The link will be in the description so it'll be easy to find. In part 1, we went over the move list, the normal specials, some basic combos, and the unblockable resets, which is basically throwing flags, put them in block stun, or doing some combos, and then throw the unblockable right when they, you get the idea. Now we're just going to talk about strategy and the usefulness of some of those normals and specials. Had a little bit of trouble playing as Dragon, as opposed to some of the other characters. He's great. The flags are a very useful tool. He's got a very fast unblockable, does a lot of damage. He's got a very good super, which can be used as just a regular super, or it can bridge combos. Or not bridge, but you can end it. You can end a combo with it. But I feel like his normals are, some of them are pretty wonky. He's got a good jab, but his kicks, they're not safe if you miss or if you get blocked. He's got a few normals that are just stupid. He's got a foot dive, kind of similar to Chun-Li's, but it's like ridiculously slow. And if you block it, you are just gonna eat one hell of a combo. His specials are pretty good. He's got a very good ammo special. It's one of the few ammos that it doesn't matter whether you use light or heavy. It's going to use the same ammo. It's the same move. It's fireballs, and they shoot kind of like in a shotgun way. Like they go across the screen in all different directions. They're good as a keep away tool. They at close they rack up quite a bit of damage. And they're fast. I think they rack up right about the same damage as his flamethrower does. Flamethrower, not long range at all. It's about as good for ending combos as anything else. It eats most projectiles, but beam projectiles like Buster Rifle will go through it, so be careful. His flags, obviously a really great move, but similar to the funnel type users in this game, you have to be careful when you use it. You have to be aware of where you are, especially for the flags. You can be punished just for using them. Obviously, the safest position to be in is when the opponent is knocked down, but the opponent can just boost and escape, so they're not always going to fall for wake-up flags. That option is a little bit better if you knock him down by reducing a bar, because that knockdown, if I'm not mistaken, will last a little bit longer than a regular knockdown caused by a special or a super. The flags have multiple uses. You can either use them to bridge combos together, keep your opponent in block stun while you throw in a blockable at them, or you can throw them close or throw them away and then jump into the flags and just be in the flags and be in a position where the opponent really can't get to for like a second or two. And you can just give yourself some time to think. And I did that a couple times in this video, and it's probably something that I would do because I have trouble with Dragon. The normals just, they kill me with the freaking normals. He's got very long-ranged heavy punches, but the kicks is what you primarily use, and they're not very long range. There's some kind of wonkiness to comboing X in the circle. I showed you an addendum combo in the beginning of the video. Somebody messaged me on Skype and told me New Type Annie did. Who's a poster on the Shoryuken thread for this game, and I highly suggest you read that if you are interested in this game at all. Told me that I forgot that combo, and it's a very important combo. It's basically his bread and butter. But I didn't add it when I made part 1 because at the time I didn't think it worked, because for some reason there's just some weird time. Maybe it's just me, but I just had some, it's not as strict as like Epion's kicks, or if you're playing as Tallgeese and you want to hit confirm the super after a knockdown when you're in the air. But it's like ever so slightly more strict than regular comboing. Even when I'm like, even in the middle of the flags, I have trouble doing it. It's weird. His super is great. It's a lunging super. It's got some invulnerable startup. Be careful, because I vaguely remember one of the online matches I had, somebody was playing as Dragon, and I was able to punish them somehow. I don't know how I did it. I think it was Epion. That's why, actually. But it's got just enough invulnerable startup to like dodge a normal and punish. So it's it's not just like ending a combo, which is what you're going to use a lot. One of his really good normals, I felt, was his jumping heavy kick. It's the only move that knocks up, and it combos pretty nicely into his super in most situations. Sometimes it doesn't quite do it. But that's one of his normals that I actually really did like. It kind of scoops you out of the ground and puts you in a position you're not really safe in. His jumping light kick, it looks like it should be more useful, but I had trouble. It doesn't, like, you can't, like, descend with that kick and then land and then do a combo. It won't combo. That's about all I really have to say about his normals and specials and whatnot. Dragon overall, he's a good mix-up character. There's not that much cross-ups to be had with the flags. It hits for high, and there's not much else you can do really about that. Especially if they block it, you can just throw the unblockable. So cross-ups really don't matter in that situation. It does enough damage as it is. Just utilize the flags, but be careful. Be careful what normals you're using. Make sure you practice execution, because I had a couple instances where I tried to throw the flag and it just didn't throw, and I ended up doing the double kick, which is absolutely not safe to just throw it out there. I never had that trouble with like Sandrock or Wing Zero or any of the other characters. It's just this one. I don't know. Maybe I'm just having an off day, off week. But just be careful. Be methodical. Dragon is a very good character. In fact, I would say he's probably one of the best. Like definitely like the top 6. But he's not unbeatable, obviously. And you do got to know what you're doing to play him. And that's about it. Next character I'm gonna do is Burning Gundam. So see you then.